Welcome to Manifest Anything You Can Imagine podcast, the podcast that empowers you to turn your dreams into reality using the law of attraction. I'm your host, Papi DiNuzzo, and together we'll dive into the mindset, strategies, and energy shifts you need to create the life you've always envisioned. Whether it's health, wealth, happiness, love, relationships, or spirituality, inspired by my transformative book, Manifest Anything You Can Imagine, each episode brings you practical tools, inspiring stories, and bold insights to unlock your limitless potential. Get ready to manifest your greatness, and let's dive in.
Give a fish, teach to fish, delivering hope. A Paying It Forward self-improvement and personal development charitable community outreach initiative. Founded, supported, and funded by DiNuzzo Private Wealth, Inc. Thank you for joining us today. Papi has been inspiring his fellow brothers and sisters in need across the globe. With the technology we have available, Papi has spoken to groups as far away as Africa, as well as closer to here at home. His message of positivity reaches across borders and is truly universal. If you're looking for an inspirational speaker, please book Papi to speak to your organization or book him to speak for free to your nonprofit group that would love to hear his message of hope, inspiration, abundance, and peace of mind. I'd also like to remind everyone that Papi has crossed over into social media. And the great thing about the social media is that you can leave comments, you can interact with each other and form a community. You can talk to Papi, he can leave comments back to you. If you scroll through it, you can see the community outreach that he's doing. You can even see Miss Pamela's class that he teaches over in Kenya. So, I mean, it's pretty amazing just to go through there and scroll through everything. And, what we'd like to do is form a community so that we can all have some like-minded individuals so that we can enrich our lives. And that's basically, that's what Papi wants to do. So please like, subscribe, follow, and share Papi Mindset Coach on YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, X, Twitter, and Facebook so that you can assist him in promoting his important message of hope and inspiration with all of his fellow brothers and sisters in need. So let's go now to Papi to set the table. Good morning, Papi. How are you?
Hey, Mikey, good morning. How are you doing? I'm going to first off thank Suzanne and yourself for putting together such a great show. Just like anything else in life, it looks seamless the way everything goes off, but more than the work that goes on for the show, 2 or 3 times as much of that goes on in the background. So thank you, Suzanne, and thank you, Mikey. Thank you so much. There was a lot of great news. I wanted to touch on a couple of things there, Mike. I always want to start off with namaste to all our fellow brothers and sisters. The spirit in me greets the spirit in you. So thank you so much for tuning into our show today. I always remind everyone I'm coming from the highest level of spirituality. I never talk about religion. I never touch on it or anything. It's just from purely 100% the highest, most neutral point of spirituality. For all of our fellow brothers and sisters listening in, as you said, Mikey, we're talking to our fellow brothers and sisters on a number of continents across the globe. And although everyone in their own little world, so to speak, at their home address thinks that that's the way maybe the world works, there's a lot of different belief systems and the way our fellow brothers and sisters have grown up and been raised. So we stay neutral to that. I'm coming from the highest degree of spirituality. So when I mention universal intelligence, the universal subconscious mind, universal light, source power, source energy, that's just staying at the highest, most neutral point possible. And I start off, Mike, I just think about today, we all wake up first thing in the morning, just giving gratitude. The very first moment we wake up in the morning, I am so happy and grateful now that today is a magnificent day. Fellow brothers and sisters, your day can be everything and all that you want it to be. You can have anything, do anything, be anything that you so desire. I was going through Mikey yesterday, coaching up. I've been teaching. I was coaching up a fellow brother of ours from out in Tennessee. And with the wonders of modern technology, of course, we can meet anywhere, anytime with virtual meetings. And he was just going through a real struggle with, Papi, I just don't think I'm worthy. I mean, not that I disagree with what you're saying and what you teach and everything else, what's come through, this message from the universe to share, but I just don't think I can ask for more than just the basics or what I have. So that's a large part of what we talk about every show is, in that subconscious mind, you've heard me talk that bowl, the bottom half of that large circle with your conscious mind, your subconscious mind. In your subconscious mind resides your paradigm. And this is basically your software operating system. And it has your belief system And I don't want to use the word unfortunately, but the challenge, what I work on with you an awful lot is that you have a virus in your software operating system. And I'm here to extract the negative out of that, taking out bad habits on a daily basis and putting in good habits. So I'm working with him, made a lot of progress with this gentleman, that he is worthy, that he can ask for more, that he's in a mindset of scarcity instead of the mindset of abundance. That's one of the most important forks in the road you'll come to. The most important one when you start off is, are you going to take the thought highway or the physical 3D highway? Do you want to swing a sledgehammer metaphorically, or an axe, or use the sweat on your brow, the ache of your back and the ache of your shoulders and knees to make money, to earn a living your entire life? Or can you entertain the suggestion I'm making to you that you live in a thought world within a perfect and infinite thought universe, all operating off of perfect and infinite universal laws? And this, my fellow brothers and sisters, you hear me say time and time again, this is the game of life. This is life that you're in, the game of life, the reason why you came here. And with any game, there's rules to the game. And these rules are the clearest rules that have ever been created, for they are universal law. They're the universal laws that govern this entire universe. And you have a right, you have an entitlement. You are destined to, so should you so desire, a life of abundance, in health, wealth, happiness, love, relationships, partner, career, promotions, raises, freedom and fun, however you define that, and whatever part of your life that you want to sort of throw the chains off of you and say freedom and fun, that you can do what you want, when you want to, how you want to. You have that right. Every one of our 8 billion plus fellow brothers and sisters has that right. So when you wake up in the morning, I am so happy and grateful. I've created a masterpiece today. You know what your most important tasks are, those 3, maybe 4 or 5, or probably 6 at the most important task that you have to do today. And you're already sending out the message to the universe that you have already created your masterpiece. It's a done deal. The ink is already dry on your A+ phenomenal, fantastic day. So again, we live in a thought world within a perfect and infinite thought universe. Read or listen to my book every day. There was someone I reached out a while ago, Mikey. And as I said, I just offer suggestions. And when I talk to our fellow brothers and sisters, sometimes their response is, I'll just say lukewarm at best. Sometimes it's lukewarm. And again, I'm just offering suggestions. If someone is not engaging, doesn't want to have a conversation, then I shut it down right then and there. But I had a conversation with someone a while back. It probably first was a couple years ago. And then I just got a communication from them literally yesterday, from this woman. And she said, Pappy, can I access and how can I access an audio version of your book? I don't like to read books, but I would love to listen to it. This is from that first seed that was planted a couple of years ago. Something came through. She got the download. The universe is sending us information all day long. You have pure power, spirit, and energy flowing down into and through you all day long. And it's up to you. What are you going to do with this? If you're not utilizing it properly, your body has a lot of uncomfortable feelings. There's a lot of uncomfortable emotions and feelings. If this is not flowing into you and through you properly, if you're not living your life inside out, as I talk about all the time. So read my book, listen to my book at least one page every day. And once you get it down and you are manifesting anything you can imagine, then start to expand your library. But I want to keep you completely focused on something that I know that works absolutely positively. I'm the one who went out and read hundreds of books and spent thousands of hours gathering information to deliver to you in that one book. So that's why I'm saying that. I'm not narcissistic or egotistical to say only my book. I've done all the homework for you. I place it in one book, physical or audio book, to help you as much as possible. The other topic, Mikey, that I want to think about today is, I get asked so many times by my fellow brothers and sisters, Pappy, you've turned me on to this. And one of your first questions will be, can you teach me to manifest? And my answer is, you already are manifesting. You've manifested everything in your life to date. Everything in your life you've manifested to date. And what I want to do is have you understand this game of life that you're living in, and you're interacting with all your fellow brothers and sisters, an entire animal kingdom, resources, natural resources, et cetera, everything that's living around you. And for you to take control of your life and start to proactively create. So there's two ways to create, Mike. You can proactively create or you can reactively create. You can live your life outside in, and you can turn on your social media or interact with technology. Very first thing in the morning. What are we talking about in the morning ourselves? I coach you, I teach you, win your morning, win your day. No technology, no social media, no television, no anything. You take control from the moment you wake up. You're giving very powerful affirmations. You're in control. You're dictating what goes on. You're interacting with the universe. You're accessing these perfect and infinite universal laws for your benefit. When you very first wake up in the morning, you're doing affirmations. You can do prayers. A lot of our fellow brothers and sisters are very comfortable doing their prayers as soon as they wake up, doing their gratitude, being in gratitude and offering gratitude as soon as you wake up in the morning. Do some type of physical activity, something physical, and you could be doing your affirmations or your prayers or your thoughts or being in gratitude, even when you're doing some morning stretching or some basic exercise, or if you want to get right into it, if you want to get right on the treadmill, you can hop right into this, but keep this buffer between while you are still 100% in control of your life before outside influences start to come in when you first wake up in the morning. And you, in order for you to manifest anything you can imagine, you have to and you get to win your day. And you want to win the majority of your days, obviously, throughout the course of the year. You want the majority of pluses. You want 300 pluses and maybe only 65 minuses throughout the course of the year. So you are in control. It starts in the morning. If you win your morning, your chances of winning your day are astronomically higher if you win your morning. So I start talking about that all the time. And it's all about proactively creating, proactively manifesting with you in control. So again, thank you, Mikey and Suzanne, for getting us off to such a good start and just putting together such a great show today.
Awesome. So the universe delivers. You just have to take action, basically. So, and from the
Yes.
moment you wake up, you have to make that choice to choose happiness over fear, and to create what you want and make the day, like you always say, win your day. So you do that from the moment
Yes.
you wake up and just start from there. And something that you do to help us proactively create is to remind us that repetition is your key to manifesting. And with so much negativity around some of us, why not make your inbox happy? As you know, Pappy loves happy around here. So
Love happy.
yeah. So why
Happy
not
loves
start the day
happy.
with
Yeah.
a positive message every week by when Pappy emails you 2 concepts to live by every week. And Pappy would like to share 2 of his concepts with us today, or as many as we can get through. So what's
Oh,
your
thanks,
first
Mikey.
one?
Yeah, Mikey, I was just thinking back to the social media as well. We literally just got started. I mean, the first thing we posted was maybe 6 weeks ago. And the first and second week, we were getting like 400 views on some things. And I had a gentleman that reached out to me. He's very well in tune. I've been teaching him and coaching him for a few years. And he said, Pappy, I just got to tell you, he says, I got a really good following. I think maybe he has like 15,000 followers or something. He said, I thought I've got a really nice following. And when I post something, I'll get 10, 20, 30 views. And he said, you've got like 40 or 50 followers and getting like 400 or 500 views on what you're putting out. So he was really amazed by that. And again, I know nothing about social media. We're just getting started. But I do know one of our views, I think, Mikey, hit right around 25,000 views up to last night, as of last night when I was taking a look at our social media. So we've got a number of them that are in double digits, over 10,000 views. And again, we've just started here just 6 weeks ago. I am an infant, so to speak, regarding social media and learning about it. So we're definitely crawling before we walk. We may be crawling for a little while here, but we're getting really great feedback. And as you said, Mikey, one of my biggest goals is to develop a community in the mind, body, and spirit space. So in this MBS space, mind, body, and spirit, for like-minded fellow brothers and sisters of ours, so we can all be here to support each other, to help each other, to lift each other up, to be there for each other whenever we go through challenging times. Because if you're in the proactively manifesting camp, if you've even been introduced to it in the least way, there are some challenges in people's lives with they don't have that good of a support group around them. Like Pappy, like I'm all in on this, but you talk about Pappy, who are the 5 people in my inner circle, etc. and none of them are really providing any support. It's almost a net negative from the people that are closest to me. So looking to build out that support group for our fellow brothers and sisters so we can all help each other. The first concept to live by, Mike, you have, and some of these topics are so big. The first one you have for today is the secret. And of course, a lot of people, whenever we mention The Secret, think about the movie back, I think it was around 2006 by Rhonda Byrne, The Secret. But this secret has been referred to, Andrew Carnegie referred to it 150 years ago, 125 years ago. And what some of the greatest secrets in life, and it's just very interesting the way human beings, their minds work. But some of the greatest secrets on earth are right in front of us. And it's amazing when you see it at the end of the day, it's like right in front of you. And the secret, as I refer to it, is right in front of us in that 90 some percent of our fellow brothers and sisters are thinking they live in a 3D world, a physical 3D world, and they are totally limited to by just the meat suit that they're wearing, just the body that they're inhabiting. They think that that is how everything operates. And that is beyond extraordinarily limiting with you being able to manifest anything you can imagine. You live in a thought world within a perfect and infinite thought universe. So this is the secret, Mikey, that I talk about and others like me, is getting this word out that every one of our fellow brothers and sisters is very, very, very special, has unlimited ability within them, access to all knowledge and all power of all time inside of them, connected through the subconscious mind, through their subconscious mind, access to all knowledge and all power of all time. Again, in that morning ritual, when we wake up, as I say, when you're in that twilight, when you're very, very first starting to wake up, slow it down as much as you can. Keep yourself open. See what comes to you. You should be asking yourself your most important question every night right before you fall asleep, whatever your most important question is. And if it's your 10X question, your 10X goal, that one big goal I work with you on, you are asking yourself that question over and over. How can I? What is the answer to? What's the solution? How can I exceed? How can I succeed? Please lead me. Please guide me. And asking your subconscious mind, universal subconscious mind every night for the answer to your 10X goal. So this is the secret, Mikey, that we have this power within us, that we live in a thought world within a perfect and infinite thought universe. And we need to be very, very careful protecting our thoughts, protecting our subconscious mind from all this information coming at us all day long from parents, brothers, sisters, any other relatives, friends, family, coworkers, social media, the news, the radio, everything all around us, this information coming at us, to be very, very careful, because the supermajority of it, well over 90% of it, is not in harmony, not in alignment, and not in the flow from where you want to be for you to manifest anything you can imagine. So you start living your life inside out. You now know the secret. If you're listening within the sound of my voice today, this is not a coincidence. You're here for a reason to access this information. You now know, even from our conversation or interaction today, that there is a secret, which is no longer a secret for you to start to access, for you to be able to proactively manifest your dreams and wishes in your best life possible. The next one, Mikey, we'll do two today. I see the next concept to live by that you and Suzanne had sent out, working through these sort of like in chronological order from how we send them out to our fellow brothers and sisters on our mailing list, is thought. And again, another huge, huge, huge concept. A thought. We live in a thought world, as I said, within a perfect and infinite thought universe. We can say that everything starts with our imagination. So we think way above our head. That's where the magic happens. Just think of this from a human perspective. Way above our head, our imagination. You want to utilize and access your imagination every day. Open your mind up, use your imagination, and just, I call it popping popcorn. Just start to work on some ideation, work on ideas, use your imagination, and just open it up and just start thinking and let it come to you. If you open yourself up, you put your intention out to the universe, information is going to flow into you. It has to. That's universal law, but you have to pay attention. So pay attention. So you start with your imagination and you start to get ideas. And then where the magic happens is up here above your head is the best way to internalize it, so to speak, for a human being, in your thoughts up above your head. So everything on earth, look around your room, wherever you go for a drive today, when you go to work, you go on vacation, you watch the television, you're online, looking at something, every single thing that you see around you, either physically or virtually through technology, every single thing that you see was created twice. Everything on earth is created twice. First in your or mine or someone else of our fellow brothers and sisters' thoughts, and then the physical object back of it is completed. Thoughts, if you can think it in your mind, you can hold it in your hand. You will become what you think. You will become what you think. If you notice fellow brothers and sisters around you, once you start to get turned on to this and the light bulb comes on, you'll notice that someone who is upbeat and positive and talks about prosperity and talks about success is very prosperous and very successful. You'll notice someone who incessantly talks about bad health and illness and ailments and new diseases and everything else is ill, a lot more ill and a lot more and experience a lot more sickness than our typical brother and sister. You will become what you think. You will attract what you feel. So you're thinking, and it's these vibrations that come out of you, your subconscious mind and your body. When you're thinking with emotion, these vibrations come out and they're on frequencies, and that's what you're going to attract to you, what you're sending out. What you're sending out. And finally, you will create what you imagine. You will create what you imagine. When you use your imagination, that's what you will create. So thought starts this entire sort of chain of events. We're using our imagination, a real big picture, but we have our thoughts. And in our thoughts, what we want to do is identify our wants. So we're thinking and we think and open your mind up. Understand that you deserve anything that you care to have in life, health, wealth, happiness, everything included, that you deserve that. You have a right to that. And you use your thought and you identify a want. And the reason why you identify a want, because if you come to me and say, Papi, I want to manifest anything I can imagine, I'll ask you, what do you want? And most of the times our fellow brothers and sisters say, Papi, I don't know what I want. And then I will say, how can I help you if you don't know what you want? I'll also tell you, how can we ask the universe for your goal, your wants, the beginning of your goal? How do we know what to ask the universe for if you don't know what it is? So it starts with your want. And then if you want it bad enough, once you start to apply your emotion is the secret sauce. It's the magic. It's where the fireworks happen. It is every single thing happens with emotion. Your thoughts can send off one firework. Your emotion applied to your thoughts can send off dozens or hundreds of fireworks on the same exact thought when applied to it. You apply your emotion to your want, and then it becomes a desire, and now moves down into the rich treasure of your subconscious mind. And I want you to get a red hot or white hot burning desire. And as you fill yourself up with this emotion, you start with the thought, you identify the want, your wants in your conscious mind, the top half of the circle. You want it bad enough, it goes down as a desire into the bottom half of your subconscious mind, and you want it red hot or white hot. You want it so bad. You desire it so bad that you can taste it. When you desire it that much, you're now sending vibrations down and through and out your entire body, your subconscious mind, your body, and these vibrations coming through you cause you to take action. And that's when I talk. I've got 2 chapters in my book. One is on action, and the chapter right after is on efficient and inspired action. Inspired as in applying emotion to action. And then this causes you to take action. And then my fellow brothers and sisters, what do actions result in? Results. Actions produce results. And this is what you're going to have. This is where you complete the physical object back of your goal. So it starts with your thought is where it's initiated. Everything's created twice, once in your thoughts, and then the physical object back of it. You will complete that with your actions. Those are your 3 most important tasks. The universe tells us, Mikey, the majority of what we're experiencing right now in our life. Let's just say you say, Papi, I talk about grades. You say, Papi, my grade is below average. I am not happy with my health, wealth, and happiness right now. I'll tell you, the good news to me is I'm an optimist that most of what you've created, you're living right now, most of it, as in over 51%, the majority, has been created the last days, weeks, months, and months as in less than 12 months, and less than the past year. you can significantly turn your life around within 60 days if you start to put together where you're winning your day and you're winning your day. So what we want to do is I want you to get 1% better every day, and you can easily do that. You start stringing these 1% better days together, and in as short of a period of time as 60 days, you can start to have a dramatic improvement in your life, because there's a lot more value and weighting that goes on to the recent things that you've been manifesting versus what happened even a year ago or 5 or 10 years ago. So again, this is all within the universe says, Mikey, that is just like, you're looking at something on a shelf and you're wondering, can you grab it? And the universe says that it's something that it's just like grabbing something on a shelf that you maybe have to stretch a little bit for, but that you can easily reach without standing on a ladder or anything else, just by stretching your body out a little bit, reaching out and grabbing it. That's how easy it is. Once you understand that you live in a thought world within a perfect and infinite thought universe, all operating off of universal laws. And these universal laws are the rules to the game. And once you understand these rules and you understand how it works, you can be anything, you can have anything, and you can do anything.
When you put it that way, that's so powerful. I mean, to think that anything that you want begins with your thought. And that just makes it so that much more important to make sure that your thoughts are positive, because what you're putting out there is what you're attracting back to you. So,
Like
I mean,
attracts like. Yeah.
yeah, it's amazing. And it's simple to do, but it does take practice, because you don't automatically wake up thinking positive thoughts sometimes, unfortunately. So it's so important that you remind yourself to think positively in order to get positive things back. And the great thing, like you said, it's a playbook, and you're a great coach, especially when it comes to manifesting the law of attraction. And you always have a great coaching tip for us. So what is your coaching tip for us today?
Yeah, Mikey, today, and this is in sync, in harmony with what we've been talking about already. So I won't spend that much time because I've already mentioned a number of the elements here, but is your morning gratitude ritual. Gratitude is if you like a peanut butter and jelly sandwich, so to speak, and it's funny when people make peanut butter and jelly, what do they like more? Do they really like jelly? They got a lot of jelly on there, or they really like peanut butter? It's like sort of 2/3 to 3/4 peanut butter. But you think about when you spread that peanut butter, so let's say you really like the peanut butter and you spread that all across that entire piece of bread, and it covers almost every square little fraction of bread on there, and it covers it completely. That's your gratitude spread out all across your entire day. Your gratitude is what you will touch back on over and over and over and over again. I've got my Vega coin. You can handwrite a Vega card, put it in your pocket, laminate it, visualize with emotion your goal in gratitude, and take action. Gratitude will never fail to uplift you, put you back in a positive vibration. Gratitude is helping us, Mikey. When I mentioned earlier, you will become what you think. You'll become what you think. If you're giving gratitude about that, when anything you're thinking about, your vibration is going to be a lot higher. You will attract what you feel. If you're giving gratitude, Mikey, throughout the day, your vibrations are going to be a lot higher. You're going to attract a lot better things into your life just because you're accessing gratitude and you're in flow and in harmony and line with the universe a lot more frequently. You will create what you imagine. The same thing again, you're using your imagination throughout the day. If you're grateful for what's in your life and everything, and what's most powerful, Mikey, once you get good at gratitude and you're giving gratitude throughout the day, then the next level I want to take you to is to start to give gratitude for, in a physical 3D world, what you have not as yet received. You've not received it. I'll use the example of a new car. You want a new car or a car. You've never had a car. You want your first car. You don't care. I was talking to someone actually early this morning, Mikey, about a car, and they're super excited about this is a 10-year-old car that they're going to buy. It's a 10-year-old car, and it is exactly what they want. And they're super excited. This is the nicest car they've ever gotten. And there's a lot of things going on with it. It's like very low mileage. It's a great deal, everything else. And to give gratitude. So if you are looking for your first car or a new car, an improvement, and you start to give gratitude for that in advance before you have received this car. I am so happy and grateful now for the new, greater car that I have. I am so happy and grateful, and I am in full gratitude for having received that. Before you actually have the keys to that car or even know what type of car it is, the universe will deliver to you and deliver to you and deliver to you over and over and over and over. It reminds me, Mikey, when talking about gratitude, I've always given gratitude. There was a former business that I was in years ago, and there was one, I won't even say, I just say team member who was in the business, and they would not talk nicely about me, so to speak. And their hang up was that they even nicknamed me Mr. Lucky. Okay. So they were like, there goes PJ. There goes Pappy again. Mr. Lucky. Look at this. Mr. Lucky. Look at that. Mr. Lucky. Well, I want you to be Mr. Lucky. I want you to be Ms. Lucky. I want you to be Mrs. Lucky. I want you to be whatever handle you want for you to be lucky. Other people look at that and say, I can't believe how lucky Mikey is. I can't believe how lucky Suzanne is. When you're manifesting and you're in control of your life and you're living your life inside out instead of outside in, other people will look at you like, how are you doing this? Why are these good things happening to you? And some human beings from a 3D world can call it luck. I want everyone within the sound of my voice to start to be the luckiest person in their neighborhood or their town or their city by manifesting anything you can imagine. And it all starts with, it's all about good habits, and start your morning. When I wake up, I give my affirmations. I stretch out that twilight with the universe as soon as I wake up to see what can come into me. They'll send something to my most important task about Pappy, do something a little different, whatever else is in a presentation, a phone conversation, email ID, or something coming up for the day. Then I'll give my affirmations for how glorious and wonderful of a day it is. And then before I come out of contact with my bed, as soon as my feet hit the ground, I say thank you. One foot hits the ground, thank, the other foot, you. We've been given another day. There's a plan for us. Universal intelligence has a plan for you today. You woke up today, there is a plan, and it's not a tiny little plan. It's a big plan for you to manifest anything you can imagine, for you to have anything. As soon as my foot hits the ground, I'm like, thank you. There's a plan for me today. I'm up. I'm processing oxygen. There's things to do. I've got goals to manifest. My best life is available in front of me. Should I so choose it? Should I so desire? Some mornings, Mikey, I'll get up. I'm thinking about my 10x goal, or maybe one of my most important tasks for the day. And when I usually go, thank you, I'll start tapping my feet. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And I'm going, thank you, thank you, thank you. And I'll even do it sometimes for 30 seconds or a minute. And I'm thinking about what's coming up today, how fantastic it is going to go, how successful it's going to be. I'm thanking the universe in advance for it. Sometimes even my big 10x goal. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. And my emotions are so elevated. And that is the secret with the universe, is your thought coupled with your emotion. And your emotions in the United States, a lot of people will be familiar with as a child on Christmas morning. All across the globe, I could say, with your emotions, as that as high as your inner child, with that as high as your inner child, to have your emotions that high. And I keep either my hand or my leg in contact with the bed, and then I kneel down and I give gratitude for a whole list, an entire list of things, and I'm feeling better and better, or my vibrations getting higher and higher, but I never fail to do that. And again, it's all about us establishing a wonderful ritual. And within this ritual that you are now in control, living inside out, you have a lot of good habits in there. Mikey, we're stuffing tons of good habits in our daily rituals. And before you know it, once you perform these new habits, these great habits for a while, it just starts to happen automatically. So start your day in gratitude, however you're most comfortable doing it, before you have any contact with the outside world, social media, technology, anything, television, anything. Have a great interaction with the universe, expressing gratitude, and it will make it will create and generate a monumental improvement in your life.
I have to laugh and smile at all the visuals that you gave us in that one, because I
Yeah.
could just picture, like, Pappy getting out of the bed in the morning and like doing this little tap dance, like do a little like
Yeah.
happy Pappy tap dance, just so simple as the words thank you and then just tapping your feet all over, right, to start your day. Like, who doesn't want to start their day with a happy dance? And then when you mentioned the peanut butter and jelly sandwich, I had to laugh because when I was little, I would say, I want a peanut butter and jelly sandwich without the jelly. So
Okay, there you go.
basically, it's a peanut butter sandwich. So if you think about things like that, like think of just the positive thoughts, think of the peanut butter and let the negative or the jelly go. And it's so simple to do. And it doesn't take any extra time to just be thankful. Like you say, win your day, start your day in the morning with a grateful heart. And also another thing, like you mentioned that you can do, start your day with your affirmations. And I know your affirmations are always in the here and now. So I am so happy and grateful now that. And
Yes.
what is your
And
affirmation?
yeah, so when I'm sitting there, Mikey, like I said, before I even leave contact with the bed, I'm still sitting in the bed. I've done that, my early morning ritual, and then I'm sitting there and I tap my feet before I even stand up. And sometimes it looks like I'm pedaling a bicycle or something, like you said. Sort of funny, I guess, if you're looking at it, but it's like tap, 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 tap. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. And just getting my emotions so high. And as you said, Mikey, the affirmations, we always want to start with I am. And I always, when I write out am, capital A, capital M, and with I am, I am, I am, I am, I am. When you state as a human being, I am, you're recognizing this divine energy, how special you are, this all knowledge and all power of all time that's flowing into you and through you, that you have a perfect spirit, perfect spiritual DNA, perfect spiritual spark. I mean, what else? I could give you things to be happy about all day long. So we're giving this gratitude and we start, I am. So we start off every affirmation with I am so happy. We always want to elevate our emotions and grateful. Gratitude is in there all the time, just like your peanut butter sandwich, Mikey, like it's in there smeared over the whole thing. You almost can't even see the bread. Just spread that gratitude across your entire day, every waking moment, like that peanut butter on a piece of bread for that peanut butter and jelly sandwich. Just spread it across the entire thing. I am so happy and grateful now. The universe does not understand the past. There is no past. There is no future. The universe doesn't understand it. Everything in the history of the world has occurred and will occur at a specific moment in time, but everything that I just mentioned only exists at one moment in time, and that is right now. That's the present. Everything is in the present and only in the present. So grateful now that. So the affirmation for today, Mikey, I want to share with the audience. I am so happy and grateful now that as I practice my foregoing instructions, and we can even apply this to what we're talking about here today, Mikey. This one works for everything. I am so happy and grateful now that as I practice my foregoing instructions and ritual, I continuously succeed and manifest anything I can imagine. And the success I achieve is in exact proportion to the definiteness of my vision, goal, imagination, want, and thought, the fixity of my purpose, the steadiness of my belief, faith, burning desire, visualization, action, buoyancy, and acceptance, also with the depth of my emotion and gratitude. So I'm using my 15 key ingredients in here, Mikey, talking about them. You won't identify all these immediately, but I will state again, you've heard me say, hopefully, the two most important days of your life are the day you were born and then the day you figured out why you were born. You figured it out. You identified your purpose. So purpose is contained within here, but it often may take months, a year, even a couple of years. So this is a work in progress. You can make, if today is the first day you've ever heard about this, you can make massive, significant improvement today, just today, if today is the first day you've heard about this. So don't worry about all the different elements to this. Just take it one step at a time. Win your morning, win your day, just win your day today. Make today a plus, make tomorrow a plus, make the next day a plus. You get 3 pluses in a row, Mikey. That's a winning streak. Okay, just 3 days in a row that you win is a winning streak, just 3. A winning streak is the beginning of momentum, We're all going to have certain days in there. Not every single day is going to be a plus, but once you start stringing these together, you get a winning streak and you develop momentum then you're on your way to a quantum leap, and you will make improvements in your life. But there's going to be points when you make improvements and you're here, and then bam, you're just up to another new level. So be steady. It's almost like I said with the social media, Mike. It was like 200, 300, 400, 400, 500, 400 views, and then bam, 25,000 just come out of nowhere, so to speak. And I know to some folks on social media say, oh, Pappy, there's bigger numbers. That doesn't matter. I'm living in gratitude. I'm very happy. We just started from zero, and I didn't even know what social media was. And now we've got an entire network built out. We're interacting with our fellow brothers and sisters all across the planet Earth, and we're moving the needle forward, we're moving the ball forward, so to speak, across the planet Earth regarding manifesting anything you can imagine. So again, those key elements I have in my book, the 15 key ingredients, I mentioned a lot of those in that last affirmation. And the affirmation that I just went through, Mikey, is also in the back of my book, Manifest, Manifest Anything You Can Imagine. Those are all in the back of the book as well.
Yeah, that's definitely one of my favorite affirmations, just because it just summarizes everything up so succinctly and
Yeah.
so perfect. So, thank you for that. And now we get to ask Pappy a question. So, if you have a question for Pappy, you can submit your question on the website by clicking the Ask Pappy link at the top. You can even do it on social media. I'm sure that if you left a comment on social media, Pappy's going to see that comment. Someone's going to see that and definitely, get you an answer. So, but today's first question is, how can I learn more about manifesting?
Yeah, Mikey, since I went a little bit over in a couple of the earlier segments, I'll just do one question today because we get
Great.
we get into it and the popcorn starts popping, so to speak. So thank you so much again for you and Suzanne putting together such a great show, great outline. So today's question you have, Mikey, that you said is, how can I learn more about manifesting? And again, yeah, an all-encompassing, enormous question. And I would start back again when I harken back to all the time is I would gain access to my book. There's free versions available. I give out away free ebooks and the physical book. If you would so care, if you like to read a physical book or even the audio book is available on Audible, and I'm working on getting it on other platforms as well. And I would just stick to my book Manifest Anything You Can Imagine, and just read this and just study it and take it in and just absorb one concept at a time. Again, I've taken decades and decades of information, hundreds and hundreds of books that I've read and or listened to. You talk about seminars, workshops, all this information I've taken in. I've done my best to condense it in my book and teach from there because I know it works. I know absolutely positively 100% that it works. So I don't want you to lose any clarity in your vision or your sight or your mission or your focus, just to stay on it. So how to learn more about manifesting, read my book, listen to my book, and focus on it. And I put out tons of free information, just like we're doing here with our workshop, with our webinar workshop, Mikey. We're sending out 2 of these per month. I'm sending out I'm working on with some of the folks in the back office on making available all 90 of my concepts to live by all at one time, access to all these databases. I'm recording something on average almost every day or every other day. And we're working diligently on making this information available in every way, shape, and form that we can to our fellow brothers and sisters. But again, we send out this show, which is a free show, Mikey, once it's twice a month. We send it out 2 times per month, and there's extraordinarily valuable information here. I can say again, Mikey, 100% with 100% sincerity, obviously, that there's at least a baker's dozen of items that we mentioned today, and I've taught to and coached on today that following some other people or listening to them or what have you, they maybe it would have taken a couple of years to mention, and not even all the topics we talked about today, to be able to just get your mind on that frequency to go forward. So how can I learn more about manifesting? Read my book, listen to my book, and access as much free information to start off with that I put out to help you, for you to be able to manifest anything you can imagine.
Awesome. And Pappy offers so many resources for free. Like he said, social media, emails, this webinar to learn about manifesting. But by far my favorite is his book, Manifest Anything You Can Imagine. It's like a recipe book on manifesting, and he listed all 15 ingredients earlier in his affirmation. And his book, you can do a page, like he says, read a page a day, or what I like to do is open up a chapter and read a quote. that he has at the beginning of each chapter. And you don't even, it just resets your mind. It's just a great way to get yourself back into that positive mindset. And what quote are you going to share with us today?
Yeah, Mikey, that reminds me also, I remind our listeners, book me to speak. I speak for free for any non-for-profit organization or anything that even walks or talks or smells or looks like anything not-for-profit, to get this word out, Mikey, to get the secret out to our fellow brothers and sisters in need, younger and younger adults. A lot of teenagers love this message, Mikey. I mean, when I meet them, it goes over so well with teenagers. Uh, just this message is here for me to share with as many of my fellow brothers and sisters as possible. So book me to speak to your group organization in person or virtually. And that is just a great way to get the word out. So please help us in our mission to help as many of our fellow brothers and sisters as possible to manifest anything they can imagine, improve their lives, regardless of where they're at right now. We can all, the universe said, Pappy, every single fellow brother and sister of yours on planet Earth can manifest a life that they would define as prosperity. And that's directly from the source, over and over again, the instructions I've received. So take that to heart, my fellow brothers and sisters. The quote, Mike, you have queued up for today, chapter 17. And this is, we're talking about for the audience, it starts off talking about subconscious mind. Again, your subconscious mind contains has access to all power and all knowledge of all time. Learn to tap into this, learn to get on this frequency, learn to use this power, this energy that's coming into you that is here for you to live a life of abundance, to live a life in thought instead of physically, to live a life in abundance instead of scarcity, to live a life in faith instead of fear, to live a life on a high frequency, a high vibration instead of low frequency, low vibration. When your higher self, you're in a low frequency, low vibration, your higher self is telling you right there at that very first second, please stop this. Let's get out. This is not good for you. We shouldn't be here. You're getting direct feedback. When you're in a good and great emotion, your higher self is telling you, that's the way to go. Stay here. You're in the right place. You want more of this. You deserve more of this. This is the place you'll manifest from. And we are in a bad emotion. It's the exact opposite. So please, I implore you, my fellow brothers and sisters, pay attention to all that is flowing through your subconscious mind. So I start with my quote from chapter 17. This is my quote from Papi DiNuzzo. My subconscious mind, in a very soft, unspoken tone and message, provides me with the answer and gives me 1 or maybe 2 seconds to recognize it and act on it. The longer you wait, the worse it is for your decision-making success as your paradigm starts to take over and typically provides 100 different reasons why you should not take action. So my fellow brothers and sisters, get in contact with your subconscious mind. And just the easiest way that I could teach you to do this is when a thought pops into your mind, just think to yourself, where'd that thought come from? If it came out of sort of left field from something you completely weren't thinking about, and it was a perfect response, you're leaving the house, you're in your car, you're getting ready to drive away, and it says, cell phone, that's your subconscious mind reminding you not to leave your house without going back in and retrieving your cell phone. Pay attention. These are the greatest, perfect, correct answers every single time. Your life will change beyond dramatically, a dramatic improvement when you start accessing these perfect answers and directions and guidance that are coming to you all day long. Now, the challenge is, I talked before about Andrew Carnegie, when he would hire someone to be the president of one of his steel mills, for example, if he was putting them in charge of something that was worth hundreds of millions of dollars, he would interview them and ask them a brain teaser. He would hold a stopwatch. He'd have a watch in his hand under the table. He asked you a brain teaser. He did not care about what your answer was to that question. He just wanted to see that if you were faced with a challenging question, if you were in touch with your subconscious mind, how quickly, if you could not answer that question, did not give an answer in less than 30 seconds, he would never hire you, because he knew, you start waiting 30 seconds, 45 seconds a minute, your paradigm, your software operating system, that is your belief system, that has a virus in it, as I said here, we'll give you 100 different reasons why you shouldn't do it. You get a great idea in your mind and you're all excited about it. Then what happens? You start to think about it, and what will happen to you is if you allow it, your paradigm will kick in and your software operating system, that Mikey, don't do that. That's stupid. Oh, that sucks. Now, that's not a good idea. Oh, you're going to be embarrassed. You'll never succeed. That's going to fail. You need to learn to follow your subconscious mind, the greatest, perfect, best answer for you at all time, and start following that guidance, not the failed guidance of your conscious mind butting in. And again, your conscious mind only provides you with 5% of what you accomplish on earth. Your subconscious mind provides you with 95%. This is empirical, peer-related, peer-reviewed research. Your subconscious mind provides you with 95% of what you accomplish in life. Get in touch with your subconscious mind, not your conscious mind, which I refer to as your stinking thinking, and Dolores Cannon referred to as Mr. Stupid. Get down here to the rich treasury of your subconscious mind, which provides you with access to all knowledge and all power of all time and gives you the right, correct, best answer every single time. So thank you, Mikey, for shining the spotlight on that quote today. As you said, we can read quotes like that, Mikey, once a day or even more, but like once a day. And that can help to turn us around and elevate our emotions and our vibration and our frequency just from reading something like that, just reminding us how powerful we are and the power that resides within us in our subconscious mind, every one of our fellow brothers and sisters.
Absolutely, 100% agree. That's a great quote to end the show with today. And it's so important. It's such a great reminder to listen to your inner self and listen to your subconscious mind because you know yourself better than anyone else. So trust yourself, trust your thoughts. And if you're new to Papi Mindset Coach, be sure you're signed up on PapiMindsetCoach.com to receive Papi's free educational emails and get access to upcoming live events conducted by Papi to help you manifest the health, wealth, and happiness of your dreams. And also, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share Papi Mindset Coach on all your social media platforms. Thank you very much. Have a great day.
Thank you. Namaste. That's a wrap for this episode of Manifest Anything You Can Imagine podcast. Keep those dreams big and your mindset unstoppable. Take one step today toward the life you're manifesting because you can create anything you imagine. If you can think it in your mind, you can hold it in your hand. Visit PapiMindsetCoach.com for more resources and follow us at Papi Mindset Coach on social platforms for daily inspiration. If you love this episode, share it with someone ready to transform their life. Until next time, stay focused, stay positive, and keep on manifesting your best life. See you soon.